Hello, folks, and welcome back to 2007. This is not Guerrero versus Shamrock. Sorry, I lied. It's the ultimate.
True.
So, yeah, a couple things have gone down. I mean, it'll be pretty apparent, I think, on the show.
That's true.
What has changed. We are
This show, by the way, we're recording this show because I'm a dumb fuck. I feel like we should open with that.
Damn, got him. Got him.
So we weren't planning on recording this SNME. We decided to when about halfway through the stream, we realized that during my stream, the stream could not hear Tucker for how long we don't know. So the VOD of this is going to be really bad.
Yeah,
we don't know. No, we don't know. Maybe it wasn't that long.
Maybe it just happened. Yeah, like for a minute. Who knows?
Yeah, but either way, we decided to make sure there was a version of this show out there that wasn't ass.
Yeah,
we would record it. And boy, are you in for a treat. Because even though we can go through the matches step by step, I think we should tell people what this show is. Because this is a very unique SNME.
Yeah, so this is SNME 11 Ultimate, which it is a one-night, 8-man tournament to declare a number one contender to the World Heavyweight Championship.
Perfect. It's in a nice small venue in Atlanta, Georgia. It's fight night. It's going to be electric.
We are in the Georgia State University Sports Arena, which is about 4,500 people.
Nice small ramp, nice enclosed venue.
Yep. We've got, I guess we could run through the first round matches before we.
I think maybe we run a few angles. I think there's an angle that I'd like. I think would be
good we could do it there. Yeah, I like it. Okay. So yeah, we're in Atlanta, Georgia, GSU Sports Arena. SNME Ultimate, excuse me, not the Ultimate. There was a fight over that. Yeah, we ready to do it?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
The world is watching.
Yeah.
Dun.
No longer evil feelings. Okay feelings. Yep. We've got our intro narrated by Paul Heyman. Was this the one you had in mind, or was it a different one?
It isn't. There's another one coming up. But Paul Heyman's going to talk about how tonight is the distilled essence of what it means to be champion. As 8 men clash, friendships broken, careers made and ended, the year spinning on its heel. Tonight, 1 man rises to the top and 7 go home empty-handed. Tonight, 1 man becomes ultimate.
Hell yeah. We check in with Michael Cole and Taz, who will be your commentators for this evening. Hello.
And then our World Heavyweight Champion comes out, Chavo Guerrero, to kick off the show.
Wait, who's that
guy?
Wait
a second.
He's not Chavo Guerrero.
Tucker, what's going on?
So, on at SmackDown, was it just the week after SummerSlam?
No, it was the week. It was the day before the last SNME, so it was a couple weeks after SummerSlam.
Oh, okay, my bad. Regardless, Ken Shamrock got his shot on a SmackDown against Chavo Guerrero. And in a pretty quick match, pretty swift match, Chavo got caught with one of the sickest fucking knees we've ever seen in our lives. Totally just took him out of the match, essentially, immediately. Chavo had been doing a pretty alright job at staying away from Ken's striking. But of course, that overconfidence in doing the grappling led to him trying to shoot a half on Ken fucking Shamrock. And he got a fucking knee to the fucking chin for it. And Ken Shamrock has big gold now.
It was the perfect knee. Like I want to reiterate to people, like, that's the kind of knee that Chavo shrugs off or takes It's like that's a knee that's going to hurt you no matter what night you're on or who you are. But like most nights, Chavo survives that, and gets the takedown, and who knows what happens from there. But it just struck so sweetly. Like Ken Shamrock could not hit a knee that perfectly if he tried. Like if he tried another 100 times, it was just the stars aligned, and Ken Shamrock sent Chavo through the roof with that knee, and it just rocked him so hard that the match was basically over at that point. Although it continued for a few more seconds as Ken managed to take Chavo down and just start pounding away.
Yeah, it was a TKO victory, I believe, right?
Yeah. I mean, Chavo, Shamrock said he took him down. He started ground and pound, and Chavo was just out of it. So he wasn't defending himself. So the referee decided to take a stop to the match, and we have a new world heavyweight champion.
And we've got little previews coming up before these first round matches, so you will know what is about to happen, who's in the tournament, what's about to happen, and what we're doing.
Cool.
Welcome to the Ultimate, bitch.
Who will be the number one contender?
So to kick us off tonight, we've got former Cruiserweight champion Evan Bourne taking on former Cruiserweight world champion, Cruiserweight and Heavyweight, I guess, champion Chavo Guerrero.
What a match to kick off the show. We've got, like you said, former Cruiserweight champion Evan Bourne, one of the hottest, exciting young Cruiserweight prospects in the world. And then Chavo Guerrero, the only two-division simultaneous champion of all time. Truly, we've got sort of one of the legends of the industry versus one of probably the future legends of the industry. Both men quite capable of probably fighting for the heavyweight championship. Chavo definitely, but Evan's an interesting one where I think there are still question marks about him because he's so fresh even to the cruiserweight division. We don't really know how he stacks up to the heavyweight. So if Evan could get the win here, he's the underdog, no doubt. But he could, he's in the fight. I think he's definitely on the fight in this match. And if he could get the win here, we might get to see Evan Bourne for the first time fight some heavyweights and see how he does.
The only other thing to mention is we said Evan Bourne, former Cruiserweight champion. I believe we left you on him winning the belt. He lost it at the last SNME, right?
Yep, correct.
Which was SNME 10, No Mercy, which is a VOD on the VOD's channel somewhere. He lost it to Roddy Strong. I don't know if I'd said that, but...
And he's been kicked out of Millennium, which is the big story there. Evan was kicked out of Millennium, and Roddy took the title back off him, debuting two new members of Millennium, Tyson Kidd and Jack Evans.
Hell yeah. Weird guys, apparently. I don't know. They just give me
we haven't seen a lot of them, but there was a big 6-man tag a couple weeks ago on SmackDown where they were very impressive. They very much fit the mold of Millennium. Fast, high-octane wrestlers of the next generation.
All right, here we go. Bourne Guerrero. Who's moving on to the second round?
Oh my, that's an upset victory to start us off.
That it is. Evan Bourne beats the former world heavyweight champion. What the fuck?
Well, this isn't the first time, remember. He did win at SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He beat him when he was world champion.
Yeah, maybe Evan Bourne just has Chavo's number, but important to note, Chavo's got not a cast necessarily, but quite a hard, like a mini cast on one of his arms from some of the injuries he suffered in the match with Shamrock. Chavo's not 100%, but take nothing away from the young man. Evan Bourne hangs in there with a legend, and there are times I think in this match where it does feel like Chavo is like a little bit behind the times because Evan Bourne's just so fast, so crazy, just a completely different specimen. When Chavo gets into a flow, he's so smooth and he's easily able to control the match. But once Evan picks the pace up, Chavo just can't keep up. And Evan Bourne takes advantage of that and picks up the win.
Rey Mysterio has to watch on as his boy Chavo stumbles at the first hurdle.
Yeah. So Chavo Guerrero will not be getting his rematch for the world title.
And Evan Bourne will be moving on to the second round. Afterwards, Guerrero yells a whole bunch at Mysterio. Honestly, they're yelling at each other. Guerrero remarking that... what was the line that we had? I know the line I had, but I don't remember what set it up.
What's your? Just say your line. Maybe I'll remember.
Ray's like, Chavo, I can't wrestle for you, man. You've gotta pull this together at some point. Like, what the hell?
Why do you keep distracting me, Hopes?
Ray's like, what? I stood out here, man. I stood around like you wanted.
You asked me. Yeah, you asked me to be here, bro.
Yeah, literally.
Come on, it's fine. It's fine.
Cool. We've got our next one. We are getting Cruiserweight Champion Roderick Strong against
Shark.
Not the. Did we do the U.S. title match already? Not number one contender, right?
We did it. Yeah, it happened.
Okay, I thought so.
And he won by countout.
Yeah. Okay. So recently, with a countout victory over the United States champion Doug Basham. So that's something.
So he knows. So he knows from last night. I came so close to becoming the United States champion. So I know what it feels like to almost be a champion. I've gotten a taste of gold, and just like a taste of blood, it sent me into a frenzy, a gold frenzy. Tonight, I'm going to go through 7 other superstars. And I'm going to become the world heavyweight champion.
Shark
Nation, are you with me? Roderick Strong, of course, before we move. Also, the winner of this match is going to be taking on Evan Bourne in the next match, in the next round.
Yes.
Roderick Strong, we've seen like intermittently in a sort of heavyweight division, and he can hang. There's something about Roddy's not quite as fast as his peers. He's not quite as fast as your Evan Bournes, your Tyson Kidds, but what Roddy has, much like Chavo Guerrero, is a really strong technical base. And Roddy, more than anybody, is able to mix in that high octane offense with some technical wrestling. So even though he's not as fast as the likes of Bourne and Kidd, he's got as good, I mean, you can tell me if you agree, as good a ground game as Chavo Guerrero while being quicker and slicker and faster than Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah, he's got the fantastic technical base, and something else that I think we maybe underrate a bit with Roderick Strong, and we'll see how well it comes into play with the heavyweights here, is his striking ability. Like Roddy.
Oh yeah, true.
Roddy can give it to you. You know what I mean? Like he can pack a lot of. I guess I'd say like what he lacks in like an energy of offense, like a Evan Bourne or something like that. He has the energy of his strikes.
His technique for striking is also very strong. Like even if he,
Roderick,
like, oh wow, yeah, but no, but his, the way he chops, the way he punches, the way he uses his forearms, the technique's perfect. Like he's catching you nice and sweet. And another thing with Roddy that's worth pointing out is that he cuts for cruiserweight. He's not a natural 220. Right, he's a little bulkier than that, and he has to. So tonight he wouldn't have had to. Right, and he hasn't had a cruiserweight title match since 2 weeks ago. Right, so Roddy Strong's probably coming in tonight at like 225, 230 easy, and there's a little bit of more meat on those bones for Roderick Strong. And if he's going to be using that striking ability, then especially on the kicks, having a little bit more power behind that is going to be really important.
Hell yeah, let's see who gets it done. Oh, fucking paste.
Wow.
Nice. Good job, Roddy.
Roderick Strong picks up the win. We're going to be seeing a rematch of their Cruiserweight title match from last SNME, as Roderick Strong is going to take on Evan Bourne in our first semi-final. Shark, unfortunately, comes up short again.
And now, to build up that second semi-final, we've got to start out Batista versus MVP.
This match is exciting. These two do not like each other.
No.
These two have actually been sort of beefing with each other for the last year and a half. There's just a different level of personality. Batista is more quiet, more understated, more serious, gets by on hard work. MVP, much more about maximizing your brand value, right? MVP knows his worth, and he wants to make sure that everybody else does. And they're just slightly different personalities. But when it comes to what they do in the ring, they're both top level athletes. MVP is well conditioned. He's a former United States champion. He, I think, has a couple of victories over Batista, maybe with a couple of asterisks in there. But he has a couple of victories over Batista. He's currently mentoring Idol Stevens into becoming a superstar as well. Meanwhile, Batista, of course, started 2007 as the World Heavyweight Champion. It was the first time he ever went into a year as the World Heavyweight Champion, a belt that means so much to him. And he made a promise that he was going to end the year as champion. At SummerSlam, we thought that was the end of the road, as he was he lost the opportunity to ever challenge Chavo Guerrero for the title again while Chavo was champion. But Ken Shamrock's surprise upset victory a couple of weeks ago has given him a new lease on life, and he's got a massive opportunity here tonight, but a huge challenge to start things off.
Yeah, I think the big question out of this one is, I mean, it's if MVP can successfully navigate this, right? Because Dave, I think, is such a big, powerful wrestler that MVP is gonna have to. I mean, MVP is also a big guy, but he's not Dave big.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's probably like the second biggest guy in the tournament. To be fair, the third. Yeah, I guess he's smaller than Shark too.
Yeah.
But this is probably a bad. Both these guys would have preferred probably to be fighting cruiserweights in this first round.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'll say Batista, one of his weaknesses recently has been not being able to go for the long game. If there's anyone that can frustrate Dave Batista in the early going, it might well be MVP.
Yeah, MVP works those the mind games quite well.
My question though is, with all of the work MVP has had trying to mentor Idol Stevens, has he had the time to watch the tape to game plan for this match? Because MVP only found out yesterday he was going to be in this tournament. He's been out of action for a little while. He's been sort of working on side projects, building up the brand. He's not been working week in, week out like some of the rest of these guys. So, but he's a great wrestler, so maybe he can pull it off.
Here we go. Holy shit. What is that about?
Tournaments are life, Tucker.
Apparently.
Tournaments are life. Batista gets the job done. Batista bomb. 7 minutes, in, out, still fresh. Batista goes into the semifinal confident.
Yeah, MVP's trying to stay away from that power game of Dave, and he cannot.
No. Is this the best Batista we've seen?
This might be the best Batista match we've ever had in the series, unironically.
I mean, in kayfabe, is this the best we've ever seen Dave Batista?
Oh, I don't know. MVP's got the ring rust on him. You know what I mean? He's not been working all the time. We'll have to see. We'll have to see later on. You know what I mean? Because I mean, tonight's not even half over. It's only a third over.
Oh, this next match is one I'm excited for, Tucker.
Hell yeah! So Ken Shamrock, when he put out the idea for SNME The Ultimate, and our new general manager, who you'll see later on tonight for Friday Night SmackDown, agreed to it. Ken Shamrock essentially put out the bulletin that every single champion would be invited. Now, you'll probably notice that there's one champion who's not in here, but we'll also hear from him later, and you'll understand what's going on there. Regardless, both of our WWE Tag Team Champions have gone in for this, and it looks like...
Why, Ricky Steamboat? Why? He pulled those. So we had the draw yesterday for the bracket, and Ricky Steamboat drew these two men to face each other in the first round. It's so tragic.
So tragic.
So in this video packet, they're going to talk about how they've both seen success in the WWE. They're one of the most successful WWE Tag Team Champions of all time right now. But what they've always found throughout their career is that they are stronger together. And so even though they want to be the World Heavyweight Champion, they're currently struggling with the idea that they can't both be World Heavyweight Champion. And so it's difficult for them. They've both had reasonably successful singles careers, but tonight they're going to have to figure out which one of them is going to challenge for that title, is going to go further. Because one thing Paul London tries to bring up as a silver lining is, well, hey, one of us is going to be in the semifinal guaranteed. But it's so difficult that only one of us is going to be in the semifinal.
I think something else to watch out for in this is that these guys have been tag team champions now for almost 10 months.
9.5 months, yeah.
So it was Armageddon, I think, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
The last,
almost 10 months
Yeah,
now.
yes, the last SmackDown branded pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah, 10 months now. My big thing in this would be, oh, excuse me. Oh God, what the hell? My big thing in this, yeah, I'm good. My big thing in this would be, will this affect their tag team in the long run? You know what I mean? They've been tag team champions for so long. They've been so dominant, really, in that division. They've held a chokehold on the top of it for 10 months now. Maybe this is kind of what the other tag teams need. If something sparks in here, who knows?
And there's a tag team that aren't on this show, who could very well have a claim to be in a tournament like this.
Jesse and Festus.
Who might be seething and jealous of these two men and might want the next best thing is to try and take their titles. So, I mean, just as a general thing, you mentioned Jesse and Festus. The SmackDown tag division is thriving right now. We've got teams like the Highlanders, like Jesse and Festus, like the Miracle Entente, like Dave Taylor and Finley.
Deuce and Domino.
Thank you. Right, you know, there are Tyson Kidd and Jack Evans. There's just a bevy of talent on the SmackDown tag team division.
Yeah, if you wanted to keep going, even like,
yeah, go ahead.
MVP and Idol are a bit of a thing.
Maybe, yeah. If they can get back on the same page after yesterday, but yeah, for sure.
Dragon Nakamura and Evan Bourne a little bit.
Yep. No, 100%.
Yeah, there's
Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Rey Mysterio and Batista.
Rey's got a lot of friends, man. All right, yeah, let's do it, man.
Shamrock and the Hurricane Helms might reunite.
Hell yeah, they're back. Yeah, the Hurricane and the Boogeyman.
All right, well, I mean, we kind of tangented it, but I want to focus us back in. Brian Kendrick, Paul London, are they the greatest tag team champions in history? Well, tonight they're going to have to face off against each other.
Nice.
Ah, yes, the beast note.
Yeah, that means based, folks.
Brian Kendrick gets it done. Traditionally, Paul London has been the slightly more successful singles competitor, but tonight he's upset by his tag team partner in an emotional battle between these two. Brian Kendrick gets it done and will be facing Batista in the semifinals.
Yeah, Jesus, big win for Kendrick. We've kind of felt across the whole summer, kind of really, when these singles opportunities have come up, that Paul London is really something quite special. And Kendrick's able to get a big win for himself here, and I think that's important. I mean, for both of them, but oh god damn it, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on.
I'm pulling back the curtain a little bit while Tucker sneezes. IRL, Brian Kendrick outworked Paul London in this match.
That he did. But yeah, I was just gonna say, I think that's important to tag team cohesion, like unironically. The fact that both of them are slightly competitive with each other. Yeah, like you can't have some guy feeling like he is legitimately
inferior.
Yeah, you can't have that, because if you think that, then it's true.
So this could actually be a boost if they can put their egos aside in terms of a rivalry. This could be a boost to their tag team tonight, with Kendrick sort of getting that big win.
Yeah, assuming none of the spots where it got a little more contentious are going to build in any way. I could see that for sure.
But we have no time to dwell on that because our first break of the evening is upon us. As after a short sort of clearing, Doug Basham comes down to the ring. And what does he say, Tucker?
He says, of course he's not in this tournament. If you watch SmackDown, you'd understand. This, and he holds up the United States Championship, is the real championship that matters in this company, on this brand. The American Heavyweight Championship is the true pinnacle.
Will cheer and clap. Yeah.
Is the true pinnacle of professional wrestling. I will happily fight the winner of this tournament, whoever that winner may be. I do not care. I'm Doug Basham. I'm the Bash Man. Go America. Go Atlanta sports team. I don't know. in the Atlanta sports
Local
teams.
Atlanta sports team.
It's 07. Go Thrashers.
I also I want to get this line in here again about he's like, Ken Shamrock can go be the champion of all those shithole countries if he wants, but there is only one country I want to be the champion of, and that's America.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Base got Doug Basham. Yeah, Doug got invited to the tournament and then basically told Ken, no, you should be fighting for my belt. And Ken was like, that's not how this works. And Doug said, yeah, it's not how this works. Get away from me.
Ken was like, I respect your perspective. I don't necessarily Ken was not necessarily like you're dumb. But to me, all that matters is that this belt proves that I'm the best, and that's all I care about. And Doug only cares about being the champion of America.
American heavyweight champion. Someday I'll make that into a real thing.
I like that you've got this common ground of it's the US title, but he calls it that.
Yeah,
I think that's the nice
I agree.
middle
I was
ground,
like, I realized, I think I even said that to you when I had pitched actually doing that. I was like, it might just be better to keep it as a meme, but I'm overdoing it. So backstage, Chavo Guerrero is a little down on himself after that loss. The argument with Ray in public also wasn't all that great, you know.
Yeah, not a good look.
Yeah. And
not even not a good look, but he cares. He does care about Ray.
Yeah, it's fucked up to like argue with like your friend in front of people. That doesn't feel great.
Yeah, basically your brother or your cousin.
Yeah. Kevin comes up to Chavo and he's like, you know, I really do think that you got kind of shafted with Teddy Long, eh? Chavo's like, what? Hello.
Finally,
yeah.
Someone
hello.
Who listened to me.
Hello. Who are you? Kevin Nash is like,
we should maybe explain. I think you mentioned it briefly, but just quickly, Kevin Nash was made the general manager of SmackDown via Mr. McMahon's will.
Yes,
this week,
which we will further explore in a segment just a little bit later on for the full impacts of what's gone on with the will and Mr. McMahon's demise. But regardless, Kevin Nash is the GM of SmackDown. Fuck Teddy. Yeah, he says he introduces himself to Chavo, and Chavo introduces himself back, and he's like, "Yeah, we work together. We don't really need to, like in the 90s, we worked together. No, that's fine. That's fair. That's fine. That's
I remember
fair. Whatever.
Eddie Guerrero.
yeah. Kevin's like, I remember an Eddie Guerrero, but no. Kevin
you
says,
like his son or something?
Yeah. No, Kevin says that, he's seen Chavo and what he's done a little bit over the past couple months as he's gone back to watch a bit. Just trying to familiarize himself with the territory, you know. And he says, you know, you seem like you're a pretty good little worker there. Chavo's like, I think I'm a little bit better than that, aren't I? And Kevin's like, maybe you are. I mean, you take a lot of L's for a guy who is as good as you are, let's be honest. And Chavo can say, you know, that's not his fault. There's been a whole bunch of extracurricular factors. The previous general manager hated him.
I have an idea here. When I like that line from Nash, and what about instead of trying to justify it, Chavo just goes, "Hey, fuck you, buddy." And then Kevin's like, "Whoa, no. Listen, I'm not. That's not the angle I'm going for."
I like that. Yeah, Chavo's like, "Fuck you, man." Yeah, it's like, no. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to this. You are a fantastic wrestler. You just, I don't know. You need to figure something out. Something's not working.
There's something missing. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is. All right, you've got your family here, though. I mean, well, not your uncle. Sorry, that was fucked up of me. I shouldn't have said that. Goddamn. But you've got your cousin here at least, and you know that's all right. You should lean on each other. Chavo like, cousin? What the fuck are you talking about, cousin? And it's just like, you know, he goes around the family. He's talking about family all the time. Chavo's like, who the
little masked fella?
Yeah, who the fuck are you talking about? Dash is like, we also worked with him in the 90s.
I threw him against a truck once.
Yeah, fuck. What was that little fucker's name? Mysterio Jr. or something. Chavo was like, he's not my cousin. Why the hell would you think he's my cousin? Well, you know, he just goes around and he He says it a lot. I,
Your family.
Yeah, I legitimately assumed you were related. You're not? Oh shit. I have to redo some paperwork. Yeah, I actually should go do that. Nash walks off to go fix up the paperwork,
But hey,
leaving Chavo.
We should talk on Friday. You know, don't be a stranger, okay? I'm a big fan. Seriously.
Nice. Cool. I don't think it's wrestling next, is it?
I think it is. I think it's our first semifinal up next.
Evan Bourne, Roderick Strong. My voice went there for a sec. That was crazy.
I believe it's Batista, Brian Kendrick.
Is that right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because I
don't know anymore. Maybe I'm wrong.
My bad. No, I think you're right. Because I had pitched to switch it, but then I was like, maybe I'll hold out on actually pitching to switch it, and I just never did. So fair enough. Yeah, it should be. I think Batista Kendrick as well. It is nice.
Right. And I mean, look. First of all, Batista gets the job done quickly, swiftly. He's in a mood tonight. You know, he gets in there. Brian dodges a couple moves, and then Batista just hits him with a spear. You know, does his sequence, spine buster, Batista bomb, 1, 2, 3, he's out of there. Batista's in no mood to mess around and feel out his opponents. He's got a job to do, and he's going to get it done. And Kendrick is unable to resist peak Batista in this form. However, it is worth mentioning, Kendrick just went through a long match that drained him physically and emotionally, and there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that has had a massive impact on what's just occurred.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think overcoming Batista is a challenge for any of our smaller guys.
On his best day,
yeah, but it certainly would have been a lot closer, I think, immediately than this would be if Kendrick had not just worked 25-something minutes just earlier on.
Yep. Right into our second semifinal, a rematch of their cruiserweight title match, and not the same result. This time Evan Bourne is able to get the upset. You know, it's funny and it's interesting. There was no interference from any of the Millennium Boys in this match. I wonder whether or not the presence of our new general manager, Kevin Nash, has inspired enough confidence in the security of the show that people are not going to fuck around and find out with Kevin Nash in charge, because the sanctity of this tournament was upheld. Although it's worth mentioning, you know, Millennium have been dicks lately, but they have always had a sort of love of the sport.
Of the game,
and it might be actually, in the competition setting, Roddy wanted to test himself against Evan, and hey, maybe that was a mistake, because as we are slowly learning, Evan Bourne is one of the best there is, and he picks up the win with Airborne and is going to the final, Tucker. Evan Bourne could become the number one contender, not to the Cruiserweight Championship, but to the Heavyweight Championship of the world. And with this win, has he just become number one contender to the Cruiserweight title as well? What a night for
That's
Evan
crazy.
Bourne.
He's got to find a way to get through Big Dave. And as I just said, any of our smaller guys trying to take on Dave, I feel for him. Especially somebody who's been through 2 now longer matches like Evan Bourne has. But
against Roderick Strong and Chavo Guerrero, 2 men who are going to wear you down the most.
The only benefit I could see, well, it's not even a benefit. It's just who Evan Bourne is.
Saving grace
in this situation.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he has that motor, that he doesn't stop. You know what I mean? He's constantly going. Maybe that is a bad thing, actually. I don't know.
So far, I mean, it has to be said, so far, Evan Bourne has not met a challenge on SmackDown that he couldn't beat. Will Dave Batista be the end of the line for that? Because remember, even though he's done great tonight, we still haven't seen him against a heavyweight.
Yeah, we'll see that soon.
We will.
All right, we get a Raw rebound here, and it's what we saw on Monday Night Raw. Over the past 2 weeks or so, kind of spliced together, we see Ace finding a second will and reading that second will, and Nash becoming the GM of SmackDown. And then we get to this past week on Raw, where through a very complex circumstance, you can go watch the VOD if you'd like, Shane McMahon essentially revealed himself to have had murdered his father in an explosion, because he wasn't going to get anything out of the will.
Wow.
Shane is in prison now.
Yep. Well, no, he's in jail.
Oh, I
awaiting
see.
trial.
All right, lawyer.
But I mean, I mean, the case is pretty open, and I think he confessed on live television.
He literally did. Yeah, he did.
He'll be in prison.
There was no
soon.
need to do that. Even he could have probably gotten away with it if he just hadn't said it. But you know,
if it wasn't for you meddling president of talent relations.
Oh no.
Just something that's come in mind. I've just remembered, even though this is a SmackDown show, it's technically not. Could we maybe back out real quick on the next short angle? Just continue every storyline to cover our asses.
Yeah, sure. We could do that here.
Yeah.
So I think, is there one angle left even?
There's two. There's more than two.
It's Taz gives out, baby. Taz gives out. Sure. Is going to get all our stuff. Puddy, explain to them what this is while I do this.
Let me talk about Raw. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Taz is we're gonna zoom over to Taz on comms. He's gonna say, "Hey Cole, something's been rustling at my craw tonight. This has been a really great stuck in my craw."
No, I don't know. I just thought it was like a crazy fucking expression.
This has been a great tournament. We're going to have an amazing main event tonight, and I'm sure whether it's Batista or Bourne, we're going to have a hell of a title match in 2 weeks in Madison Square Garden. But I can't help but thinking there's two guys missing from this tournament, two of the best young talents here in the WWE. I'm talking, of course, about Ultra Instinct, Renee Sebastian Dupree, and the Milan Miracle, Santino Marella. These two men are fantastic pro athletes, and I don't know. I'm looking at this field, and as much as great a show as it has been, I feel like these two could have gone deep in this bracket.
Michael Cole actually can maybe give a bit back here and mention to Taz that, didn't your boy Renee and Ken not get along? That could be why he's not in your tournament.
Ah, shit, you're right, Cole. You know, Ken Shamrock got to pick the participants for his number one contender tournament. That doesn't seem very fair to me.
It seems. Maybe you got a point there. Oh, whatever.
I guess I got to give him some respect. He did invite every single champion. That's a player move.
Yeah, maybe you should get Renee a championship, Taz. You think about that?
Hey, I'm working on it, okay? But look, it's not our fault that we're living in the era of the most successful tag team in the history of SmackDown, Cole. Any other era, those two would have been champs already.
I doubt it. I feel like Henry O. Godwin and Phineas I. Godwin would give your boys work.
I don't even get that reference, Cole.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
You're such a nerd, Cole.
I've worked at this company longer than you, Taz. That's all it is.
I
was here in the 90s when you were in bingo halls. We just started arguing.
And Cole, I've been getting bitches longer than you. What's your point?
It's very hurtful. At least I can grow a mustache.
Hey, you didn't need to go to the facial hair, Cole. We're live on air. We're going to go commercial. When we come back, we've got a final for you.
We come back to Candice Michelle promo. Puddy, take it away.
Candice Michelle says that the SmackDown Women's Division used to be a bastion for attractive women giving the world joy. And now Nat Hart has ruined it with her fucked up idea of blood sport. Women fighting, potentially injuring each other, bleeding, breaking each other's faces. It's fucked up. It belongs on a fucked up show like Raw. SmackDown is not about that. Nat Hart and her dungeon tactics can fuck off and go back where she came from.
Perfect. Are we doing those turns here? No?
We can do those turns here. I'm down for that.
Hell yeah. Very good.
Nice.
Apparently it was just the one. My bad.
I thought we did have more pending.
I thought there was another one. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. That one was good, so we're okay.
We got to hype up for SmackDown. We are going to have Rey Mysterio and Rey Mysterio
Oh,
and Renee Sebastian Dupree and Santino Marella take on Deuce and Domino in a 3-on-2 handicap match. We're gonna show those wise guys what it's worth.
Yeah. To give them a taste of their own medicine.
Got him. Crack him in the mouth, Ray. Crack him in the mouth.
And tomorrow night on Raw, You're going to get to see another big tag team match is inside a steel cage. M&M, the team of Chris Masters and Johnny Nitro, take on Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy in a blow-off of their long-term feud. These two teams don't like each other. It started kind of silly, but it's gotten serious. And these two teams are going to go to war one final time tomorrow night on Raw. Who's going to come out on top?
And it's time to find out who is ultimate, who is the number one contender, who is winning this whole goddamn thing.
But before we find out that, let's find out what the fans thought about who's going to win.
Oh,
this
you're
whole
right.
damn
Yeah.
thing.
McCall's like, people didn't think Evan Bourne would be here to begin with.
No. Evan Bourne was 4th on the list of votes tonight, so the fact he's even here is big, although it's worth pointing out that 63% of participants in the poll thought that Batista would get the job done. Let's see if he can tonight.
Here we go. Big Dave, Flippy Evan. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Big Dave does indeed get it done. I think Dave starts this out pretty strong, right? And then Evan gets a little bit of space and starts to move a little bit.
I like that. Maybe we start with like a big clothesline and a big what's it called when he does like a press? Like he lifts him in the air, he lifts him above his head, and he just drops him behind him.
Oh, that is a gorilla press.
Gorilla press, thank you. He does like a gorilla press, gets the crowd hyped up, and then he spears him, and we think that's it. It's over. 1, 2, and then Bourne kicks out, and then Batista's gonna try and pin him again. And 1, Bourne kicks out, and then Bourne gets going. He gets moving. He does like a double drop, like a drop kick to Batista's knee, and he gets him down, and then he does a springboard move off the ropes. He goes to the top rope. He does like a big top rope move. Maybe he rattles Batista, he sends him to the apron, he drop kicks him off the apron and jumps over the ropes, and maybe Bourne can do this until he runs into a big clothesline from Batista, who goes through the motion, spear, spinebuster, Batista bomb. Batista came here with a mission, and in a grand total of about 15-20 minutes, Batista has become ultimate. He has become the number one contender. And in 2 weeks' time at Madison Square Garden, the biggest match of the year for SmackDown, the largest match on the SmackDown calendar. It's Batista Shamrock Heavyweight Championship on the line.
Hell yeah. And that'll probably be SNME 12. Well, it will be SNME 12, but that'll be SNME 12, possibly titled Batista versus Shamrock. We will at some point get a versus Shamrock name in here somewhere.
Well, we will at some point.
Yeah.
Great SNME. Tournaments are life. Tournaments are life.
Who should we talk to here? Who impressed?
Dave did really well tonight.
He did. It was a great little tournament for him. Big hug.
Evan Bourne did really well, I think.
Yeah, Evan worked a lot.
And he also, they all did well as well, to be fair to him. For a guy who debuted like 2 months ago, he's killing it.
What was the best match on there? Batista MVP? Talk to MVP?
That's good. Yeah, I guess, he deserves it. That's crazy.
Good job, Montel. Way to be, buddy. Where is he? Montel! There, okay. Everybody seems pleased. I don't know, man. It's hard. Emotions are hard for me. All right, I can't fully tell. They seemed like they maybe enjoyed it. I don't know.
This man is the perfect. The blues are blinding you. Like, you look at this guy. He's like, he's awesome, and he's like, actually, wait, no, he's not.
Actually, thinking about it right now, you imagine like going up and hugging Batista, and you're like, oh, he seems pleased.
But I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, maybe I fucked up here. Cool.
I love that show banged so hard, and there was only 4,500 people in there. Those people got their fucking money's worth.
Oh, hell yeah, they did. Anything we want to plug or anything like that, Puddy?
Well, you're already on the channel where the thing I was instinctively going to plug has already happened.
I was going to say, it's already out, so...
So I guess I will say, check out the Patreon if you want the rewards on there, or if you just want to support us. We always appreciate that. I think the reason why we've been doing this for quite a while now, and I think one of the reasons for that is that we've had a reasonable level of support on the Patreon over the years, which shows that people are interested in it. It's for me, it's a lot more about like the interest level than the actual monetary gain. And so come hang out on the stream, ask questions, give input. Always fun to see that. Link I think is in the description, right? I think you always put it in there.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm making an effort to keep the VODs channel up to date. So if you can't be there for the stream, then most of the VODs end up getting put up in a timely manner these days. So you can check those out. Except there won't be a VOD for this show because, yeah, I fucked it up. My bad.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, YouTube. We'll see you in the next one, I guess. Peace.